Hey guys, this is Nathan Pennington from RunDreamAchieve.com. Hope you all are having a great week of training. Today's topic is, what do you need to be doing in order to be, when you follow a sub-90 half marathon training plan, what are the, not only the tactics you need to be thinking about in order to run a half marathon under 1 hour and 30 minutes, but what are the mindset tricks and strategies? What do you need to be doing in order to hold this particular pace? You're needing to run between 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile for 13.1 miles, or 5 minutes and 41 seconds per kilometer for 21.1 kilometers. It's pace sustainment. So it is very important. The fact that you're even here listening to this video already tells me you're a driven, motivated, disciplined, middle to long distance runner. You have the desire to get faster at your chosen event. And in this case, it might be the half marathon, or maybe you're dreaming about breaking a 3-hour marathon and putting two back-to-back 1 hour and 30-minute half marathons back-to-back. I'll tell you that once you get to a point where you can run a half marathon in under 90 minutes, then there's no reason whatsoever that you can't eventually double that. And it does take time. There's no question about it. I remember when I was still dreaming about breaking 2 hours and 22 minutes for the marathon, I first had to get to a point where I could run a half marathon in 71 minutes, or one hour and 11 minutes. So one half marathon that fast is very difficult, as it is for anybody that's wanting to run an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon. So you need to have a sub 90-minute half marathon training plan that will cut out the guesswork of what you're trying to do. As I talk about other videos and the things that I've been taught over the years by some of the top distance running coaches, Dr. Joe Vigil, Jack Hazen, Lisa Rainsberger, who was the 1985 Boston Marathon champion. A lot of these coaches always said the same thing over and over. They were always focused on quality over quantity. So an athlete such as yourself, might be you, that's trying to break an hour and 30 minutes, you have to get beyond this concept of running high mileage, thinking that high mileage is going to get you to a sub 90-minute half marathon. A lot of athletes do. Some athletes have to run higher volume, but it's what you're putting into that volume that you have to be thinking about to break an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon. I do have a running course on RunDreamAchieve.com for athletes trying to break an hour and 30 minutes. Definitely check that out. I also have training programs for athletes seeking to break an hour and 30. But some of the things that we touch upon is, one, you stress the body anaerobically first, but you also have to keep in mind that you have to give yourself more rest early on in the early stages of your preparation, because your body simply is not capable of sustaining fast paces, especially at race pace, and far below goal race pace. So early on, being able to do a tempo run, a 3-mile tempo run at, say, 7-minute mile pace is going to feel difficult. Okay, you're trying to run 13.1 miles at 6 minutes and 52 seconds, or 5 minutes and 41 seconds per kilometer for 21.1 kilometers. In the early stages, everything's difficult. That goes for me and every other athlete, regardless how capable they are. If you're an athlete that has a lot of talent, you may be able to achieve a sub 130 half marathon in a matter of weeks, where it may take somebody with less talent but with a lot of work ethic and drive and motivation several months or maybe even several years. So one thing I want you all to keep in mind is, if you're having frustrations and you're dealing with pace problems in the race, where you're able to maybe hold sub 90-minute half marathon pace for 8 kilometers and then you start falling off, it's not a matter of that you don't have the capability to run that fast. Okay, you may be doing some things incorrectly in training. You may be running too many miles too easy. You may just need to be more, you may just need to grow and be more mature, and it takes time. Like, I remember before I broke 111, it took me several years before I was able to break 2 hours and 22 minutes for the marathon. Like I talk about in other videos, it took me from 1992 all the way to 2007 to break 2 hours and 20 minutes for the marathon. Okay, and I had a lot of doubt and a lot of times over the years where I was like questioning my abilities, thinking maybe my time was past, and maybe I just didn't have what it takes to run that fast for the distance. But I think there is a very powerful concept in delayed gratification. If you're persistent enough and you have a high enough motivation and drive to be able to commit and stick to what you're wanting to do for a long enough period of time, you're going to achieve great results, because the most persistent, consistent athletes that I've known over the years are the most dangerous athletes. The athletes that I've known over the years that quit far too early, who had track times and even road times that were far faster than my personal best for the distances, never broke 2 hours and 22 minutes for the marathon, and surely never broke 2 hours and 20 minutes for the marathon. So I believe very strongly in mental visualization. I talk about mental training a lot in my videos. You have to spend time, preferably 10 to 15 minutes each day on a consistent basis over several months and over several years, training your subconscious mind to do what you want it to do. Your subconscious mind is very powerful. It's your subconscious mind is in control of your heart rate. You don't control your heart rate. When you're asleep and your body functions are all working in unison, your subconscious mind is in control of that. So the subconscious mind, and Billy Mills said it best. He was a 1964 10,000 meter gold medalist. He said the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between reality or imagination. And so if you're a 2 hour and 30 minute half marathoner right now, and you're dreaming about running 1 hour and 29 minutes and 59 seconds or faster, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. Okay, so you have to train in such a way that you get your body prepared and your mind prepared to sustain that pace and to run as efficiently and as economically as you possibly can, and to be as relaxed and as confident as you can for that entire duration of the race. It's not easy. You cannot expect quick results. So if you're having struggles and you're starting to second guess yourself and worrying about if you're not doing enough, a lot of times you can make a few small changes in the leaks in your training and just drop like 30 minutes off your half marathon. Or I've seen like athletes breaking, running as much as 45 minutes off their half marathon time. Incredible drops in capability. Now, granted, this doesn't happen in a matter of weeks. Most of the time, it doesn't even happen in a matter of months. It takes several years to get to this point. But if you're persistent enough and you have the tenacity that you need, that do whatever it takes attitude to run under 90 minutes for the half marathon, you're going to get it done. You have to invest in yourself. Over the years, I paid for coaches, I paid for training programs, I paid for seminars, podcasts, anything I needed to do in order to be the best possible athlete within legal realms, of course. I'm a firm believer I'm totally against drug, performance-enhancing drugs. If you can't get it done at the end of the day, do the best you can. At least you can look in the mirror and say, hey, I have no regrets. I did the very best possible job I could do. There are a lot of times and a lot of athletes and coaches over the years that told me I had the capability to break 2 hours and 15 minutes. At the end of the day, I wasn't able to pull it off. But I can still look in the mirror and say, I broke 2 hours and 20 minutes because I spent so many years pursuing this particular goal. And I got it right one time in all of my career. And the second fastest marathon I've ever run is 2 hours and 26 minutes and 42 seconds. So I understand the frustration. I understand the setbacks and the trials and the tests you'll have along the way. But I think it's very important to surround yourself with the right people. In terms of a sub 90-minute training plan, invest in a sub 90-minute training plan or a running course that will get you to your goal faster. Now, granted, you're still going to have to put in the heavy work. There's, me as your coach and as a mentor and as somebody that you can reach out to over these videos. All I can do is guide you. You have to put in the work. You have to print out that training plan, or listen to the videos in the sub 90-minute half marathon training course that I have. You have to take the time to listen to those videos, and you have to put in the heavy work. You have to be disciplined enough to slow down on your easy days so that you get the highest return on your investment on those hard days. It is not going to be easy. Don't expect a sub 90-minute half marathon to just fall in your lap, because it is a highly competitive time. It is close. You're nearing closer to the elite level, especially once you're under an hour and 30 minutes. I always say the faster you're trying to run, the more that's going to be required out of you. You got to break 1:30 first before you can start thinking about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And then once you break an hour and 20 minutes, then you can start thinking about breaking an hour and 10 minutes. And the same went for me. I eventually ran an hour and 7 minutes and 6 seconds for the half marathon. My second fastest half marathon was an hour and 7 minutes and 9 seconds, which was the first half marathon in my 2:19:35 marathon race. So I understand the half marathon. I understand how fast you have to and how anaerobically fit you need to be in order to run a sub 90-minute half marathon. You can do it, but you have to have the tenacity, the mindset, the willingness to put in the work. You have to be coachable. A lot of times, like I said, I thought that higher volume was going to be the answer to better times for me as an athlete. And much of the time, I kind of went against what my coaches were telling me. They were always stressing, focus on quality, not on quantity. So, I was ignorant, and I got up to 142 miles a week at my highest. Ran several weeks at 130 to 140 miles a week, and I got personal best when I was running 85 to 90 miles a week. And most of the time when I was training that high, I was fatigued, I was stressed out, worrying too much and focusing on the things that was outside of my control. So if you want to run a sub 90-minute half marathon, you need to have a plan, and you need to work your plan and plan your work. And listen to the athletes that have done what you're wanting to do. Stop believing that you don't have what it takes, and stop focusing so much on volume. Because if you're running 100 miles a week and you're running 90 to 95% of that mileage at 7:30 mile pace, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're going to be very strong endurance-wise, but stamina and strength-wise and overall speed-wise, you're not going to be very well prepared to run and to be able to sustain 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile or 5 minutes and 41 seconds per kilometer. You need to train at paces that are far faster than that. And then you also need to focus on all the other areas that make a sub 90-minute half marathon specialist do what they do. They make it look easy for a reason. They've put in the long runs. They've varied up the paces of their long runs. They've followed a 10-day taper rather than so much a 3-week taper. A lot of athletes still get great results on 21 days. So don't think I'm rolling out a 3-week taper. But most oftentimes, and when I ran my very best times over all the distances, I always did a 10-day taper. So I definitely believe in that. So I hope this video, in terms of when you're thinking about a sub 90-minute half marathon training plan, keep the idea of that 10-day taper in mind, training at paces far below your goal half marathon race pace. Follow a plan that's going to get you results. Invest in yourself, visualize success over a consistent basis. Be absolutely tenacious in training. Make those hard days test you to the limit, but at the same time, have the discipline to slow down and jog on those easy days as well. So I hope this video has been helpful for you all. If you have any other questions or any other topic, whether it's running related or any other topic that's on your mind, leave me a comment below this video. I'll definitely reach out to you, or I'll make a video about it. So I hope you all have a great week of training. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, hit that bell icon, the subscribe button, so when I make a new video, you'll be notified. If there's anything else I can do to help you break this hour and 30-minute half marathon barrier, let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know where you're currently at for the half marathon. If you've broken an hour and 30 minutes, congratulations. I definitely want to hear about it and what time you ran and what's next on your bucket list in terms of the half marathon. So I will talk to you all in the next video. Wish you all a great week of training, and I'll see you soon.